2024, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, their contracts are up. Their contracts are going to be up, and they can go anywhere. And Tony Khan has freed up some money by releasing talent so he can hire more talent. That's how he put firing people, because he was like, I'll never fire people. But then he fires people and says, no, I didn't fire them. I just freed up more money to hire more people. And word on the street is he offered them $10 million. Becky and Seth, $10 million each. Even if it's $10 million for both, that's still a lot of money. $5 million, I can't even fathom $5 million. I go to McDonald's and I'm like, wait, how much is a 10-piece nugget combo? $5 million is like, whoa, like I can't fathom it. Maybe you can help me fathom it, because I'm just a lowly YouTuber trying to get Google Sense money by getting 4,000 watched hours. So maybe you can help me get to that point by just subscribing and commenting. It would help me out and I would appreciate it. But I'll move on and talk about Becky and Seth. Should they go to AEW? Because, well, I think one of them should and one of them shouldn't. And spoiler alert, Becky should, Seth shouldn't. And I wonder if it's going to come across sexist, because I could see why it would. But I'll say this. If either of them wants to spend just more time with their kid, heal up their body, and just relax, then they should go. AEW is the place to go to semi-retire. I know, that sounds horrible. I sound like an AEW hater, and maybe I am. Maybe I'll just own it. Maybe I'm not an AEW hater, but I am an AEW... I don't know. I'll have to come up with something. I don't hate AEW. In fact, I want it to succeed, but I look at the facts. I look at Big Show. I look at Mark Henry. They went to AEW. Why are they getting paid? What are they doing? Look at Jeff Jarrett. I mean, he's being used. It's great that he's being used, but like, he's there because WWE got rid of him. And I mean, he's collecting a paycheck. He's being used. Now, I'll say Christian, though. Christian. Yeah, Christian's amazing. I love Christian way more in AEW than I did in his last couple years in WWE. Christian's amazing. Such a specific gimmick that's so savage. Awesome. Seth Rollins, though, I don't think he would like AEW. I don't think Becky would really like it either, but I think she would make the best of it. But Seth Rollins loves the spotlight of WWE, and so does Becky. They both love fame, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's okay to love to be famous. I would love to be famous. You know, the money that comes with it, that's awesome. Doing something you love, being famous and rich from it, yeah. Hell yeah. I would love to be known as one of the best wrestling YouTubers out there. And it would be great. It would be cool, because then it would afford me more opportunities to talk to more people about the sport in which I love. And yes, I said sport. And the more opportunities to talk to you guys, to make more videos with you guys. And and that's them. It gives Seth Rollins more opportunity to wrestle. He loves having the company on his back. And Becky loved when she was literally the man, the best wrestler, not female wrestler, best wrestler in the planet, the most talked about, the most chattered about. It was amazing. And the reason why I say that Seth shouldn't go right now and Becky should is basically the placement on the card. So both of them had huge matches at WrestleMania, but I feel Seth is in a better place right now on the card than Becky is. Becky opened and lost to Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley, hey, no shame in losing to Rhea. Ripley is the face of the women's division right now, but that's the thing. Becky is no longer the face. Seth is still kind of the face. If you look where Seth was just at, he was literally in the biggest angle of all time. WrestleMania 40, most profitable WrestleMania, biggest WrestleMania of all time. He's in the night 1 main event to determine the stipulations for night 2. He's in the night 2 opener championship match, and then he causes Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, to lose his historic 1,000+ some title reign to Cody by just existing in the ring, because he's like, oh, Seth, I gotta hit him with a chair. And Seth, right now, even though he is taking a well-deserved break from wrestling over and 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 10, 20 times more over, he deserves a well-earned break. And I just think when he comes back to AEW, he loses all that momentum. Becky has lost the momentum of when she was the man. Not saying that she can't get it back, but maybe she could leave for a while, collect a lot of money, and then come back and restart that momentum. Because you can get that momentum. You can be the man multiple times in your career. The CM Punk has been the man multiple multiple times in his career. The Rock, definitely. John Cena, definitely. But like Hulk Hogan, you know, the 80s, and then NWO, and then he came baback, and, you know, Hulkamania still lives. Like, there's plenty of opportunity to come back. But if Becky has just been, like, when she came back at SummerSlam against Bianca a while back, I think it was a mistake for her to be heel. Now, she enjoyed that heel run, and so she loved it for herself, and that was great, but I think it was bad for her character because we wanted to really cheer for the man again. And then when she did revert back to the man, it was like she was no longer new, though. So it was kind of like, okay, well, cool, you're back to that character. But her being around the entire time, you know, we weren't able to, you get what I'm saying? You just couldn't cheer it like you would if she was just fully returning out of nowhere. She just reverted back, but we had seen her for the last, you know, couple months, so it wasn't as impactful. So now she just go away to AEW, collect that AEW money, and then come back, and she can be the man, and huge. She'd just be gone for 2 years, but making $10 million? That's crazy money. And then her husband can make crazy money and be a star and elevate himself to one of the best wrestlers of all time, because Seth Rollins would not like the AEW locker room. As much as he hates CM Punk in real life, they're very much similar in their professionalism. CM Punk tried to mentor and teach a lot of people in AEW, but they didn't want to listen. Hangman Page literally said in an interview, we don't really need to listen to anyone because, I'm paraphrasing, because we got here, we're doing just fine. And, you think Seth Rollins is going to tolerate that? No. Seth loves wrestling. He's been on the indies, and he's been to the top of the WWE mountain. You can tell he loves the WWE system and what it represents. He's not like Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan, he's literally said, if I lose my job at WWE, I'll be wrestling in a gym tomorrow. Well, Seth, that might be good for Daniel Bryan, and great that Daniel Bryan loves that. So he's happy where he's at in AEW, but Seth Rollins could not go to AEW and do that. Because Seth is like John Cena, where he's like, this is the best, and I will only wrestle with the best, in the best, with the best fans. And he's there. He would not like his time. I think Seth would be more like, you know what? The money's good enough, and this place is the best. I'm gonna be here. And he's coming off that main event, WrestleMania 40. He's in the best position he's ever been in his career. While Becky, still an awesome talent, and it would be a blow to lose her, but the women's division, it's kind of moving on from the Four Horsewomen. And Becky's time will always be remembered, and it's always gonna be historic. First woman to ever main event WrestleMania, with 2 other women, of course. But it's like, the women's division doesn't need Becky as of right now, but I think if she went away and then she came back, we would realize, you know what? We do need her again. But with Seth, the men's division doesn't need Seth, but I think Seth can show that he can make himself needed. I don't know. That sounds, I just feel like it's Bianca Belair's time. It's Rhea Ripley's time. So Becky can leave for a little bit, go with Sasha 4 times a month, make $10 million, spend time with her kid, fly back and forth to her family like Will Ospreay does. You know, he just hops on a plane twice a month or a couple times a month to go from London to Dynamite, and Becky can do that, make that Will Ospreay money, live very comfortably, help see your child grow up, and then Seth can just go to town and get a couple months off here and there to spend it with Becky, and they can just live the life. Becky can be the breadwinner, and Seth can go and be the great wrestler that he is, and then, who knows, maybe they swap. Then Seth goes to AEW, and when his career is winding down, and Becky comes back when her career is winding down to show that she's still the man. So I really do think that, as of right now, Becky should go, Seth should stay, but eventually, roles should be reversed. Take Tony's money, entertain the fans, and yeah, I really do think that that's the best solution. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? What do you think? Should Seth go to AEW? Should they stay in WWE? Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on my thoughts. I appreciate y'all. Please acknowledge that subscribe button like I acknowledge you guys and how awesome you are. Have a good day.